Something massive is brewing in New Orleans right now. The front office is making aggressive moves that scream championship mentality. We have a Super Bowl veteran linked to our roster, a quarterback room and absolute chaos with trade rumors flying, and a stunning report about a former leader wanting back in. You cannot miss a second of this breakdown because the Saints are about to shake up the entire NFC South. Before we dive into the madness, we are pushing hard for 1,000 subscribers. If you bleed black and gold, help us build this community right now. Let's get to work.
Let's start with a report that should have every Saints fan sitting on the edge of their seat. Sources are indicating that the New Orleans Saints are seriously looking into signing a former Seattle Seahawks hero, a legitimate Super Bowl champion who knows exactly what it takes to hoist the Lombardi Trophy. We are talking about bringing pure championship DNA into a locker room that is desperate for that kind of veteran presence. When you look at the free agency landscape, this is the type of move that separates contenders from pretenders. The front office knows that talent alone does not win rings, leadership does. General manager Mickey Loomis is clearly looking for that spark. This player has been through the wars, he has seen the mountaintop, and he brings a level of accountability that you simply cannot draft. The rumors suggest this deal could happen fast. From an insider perspective, this aligns perfectly with the strategy of bolstering the culture in New Orleans. But let me tell you what I think, because this is where it gets real. This is exactly what the Saints need. We need dogs in this building. We need men who have walked through the fire and come out on the other side holding the trophy. I am tired of watching this team look for answers when things get tough. You bring in a guy like this, and suddenly the standard changes. The young guys have to look him in the eye and match his intensity. It is not just about stats, it is about attitude. It is time to stop accepting mediocrity and start demanding excellence from every single person on the roster. It is about waking up in the morning and knowing you are playing alongside a winner. This is a message to the rest of the league that the Saints are not interested in a rebuild, they are interested in reloading. However, you can't just rely on veterans to save the day. The future of this franchise depends on the youth movement, and right now there is a massive question mark hanging over one of our most discussed young prospects. This next update is going to sting for some of you who believed in the developmental process. While we celebrate the potential arrival of a proven winner, the situation in the quarterback room has taken a dark and complicated turn that could force a major trade very soon. You need to hear what is happening with Spencer Rattler because the writing might be on the wall.
If you want to keep getting exclusive insights like this, subscribe now. We are bringing you the truth about the Saints every single day. Don't be the last to know what happens in the Dome. Hit that button.
This is a difficult pill to swallow for everyone who bought into the hype last year. Today, Sports Illustrated dropped a bombshell report stating that the future of Spencer Rattler in New Orleans is officially in doubt. This is not just speculation. This is a direct result of the rapid ascension of Tyler Shove, who has seemingly taken control of the narrative within the facility. The organization is reportedly impressed enough with Shove that Rattler has become expendable. We are looking at a scenario where the Saints might actively shove Rattler to regain draft capital or simply to clear space on the roster and the salary cap. From a management standpoint, this is a ruthless business decision. They see a crowded room, they see a guy in Shove who fits the system better, and they are ready to cut ties with a draft pick that many thought had starting potential. This is the cold, hard reality of the NFL, where potential means nothing without production. Now, let me speak my mind on this. This is absolutely shocking. We spent months talking about Rattler's arm talent, his potential, and his ability to grow. And now, because of a few practices and the rise of another young gun, we are ready to ship him out? This tells me that the coaching staff has zero patience right now. They are not here to babysit. They are here to find guys who can play immediately. If Shove is the guy, then fine. But giving up on Rattler this early feels like a panic move unless they know something we do not. It shows that no job is safe in New Orleans. If you are not performing, you are gone. It is a brutal reminder. The pressure is at an all-time high, and the front office is not afraid to admit a mistake and move on. However, the quarterback carousel is spinning faster than anyone anticipated. But here's the kicker. If you think the quarterback drama ends with Rattler leaving, you are completely wrong. There is a ghost from the past haunting this franchise, a former starter who is reportedly very serious about making a comeback, and his rights still technically tie him to the Saints in a very strange way. You will not believe who is thinking about putting the pads back on. This is a chaotic situation.
Just when you thought the waters were calming down,
a tidal wave hits the shores of New Orleans. Clutch Points has reported this Wednesday that Derek Carr is very serious about coming out of retirement to play in the 2026 season. This is a massive development because technically, the New Orleans Saints still hold his rights. This is not just a rumor. This is a strategic situation that Mickey Loomis has to navigate carefully. The report indicates that while Carr wants to play, the Saints are fully committed to moving forward, likely with Tyler Shaw, as we just discussed. This creates a fascinating scenario where Carr becomes a trade asset rather than a returning savior. The team is satisfied with their current direction, meaning a trade is the most probable outcome. Think about the domino effect here. We just talked about trading Rattler, and now we have the potential to flip Carr for even more assets. This is asset management at its finest, or it is a total circus. It depends entirely on how the front office executes this maneuver. Let me be clear. I respect Derek Carr, but that ship has sailed. We cannot go backwards. The Saints moved on for a reason. The fans remember the struggles, and we are looking for a fresh identity. The emotional toll of that era is over. If he wants to come back, great. Let him play somewhere else, and let us get a draft pick for him. We do not need the distraction of a former starter looming over the new guys. We need focus. We need clarity. The locker room needs to know exactly who the leader is without looking over their shoulder. Bringing Carr back into the building would undermine everything the coaching staff is trying to build with Shaw and the young offense. Use him as bait, get value, build for the future. Do not let sentimentality cloud judgment. This is a business, and the Saints have leverage here. If a team is desperate enough for a veteran quarterback, New Orleans should bleed them dry for picks. Speaking of picks and building this offense, all this quarterback shuffling means nothing if you don't have weapons. Reports are now surfacing that the Saints are eyeing a massive splash in the draft to secure a ground game that will terrify the entire league. This is crunch time.
This is the final piece of the puzzle that ties everything together. According to the latest mock drafts circulating in the NFL world, the New Orleans Saints are laser-focused on strengthening the offensive sector with a premier talent. The projections have the team positioned to select an elite running back, adding a truly explosive element to the ground game. After discussing the potential departure of Rattler and the trade value of Carr, it becomes obvious that the Saints are stockpiling resources to support whoever is under center. An elite running back is a quarterback's best friend. This is about taking pressure off the passing game and returning to smash-mouth football. The scouts are looking for a game changer, someone who can turn a 3-yard gain into a 60-yard touchdown. We need that electricity that has been missing from the Superdome for far too long. This is the strategic move that changes the identity of the offense. We are not just looking for a roster filler, we are looking for a star. We are looking for the next great name to wear the black and gold. And I absolutely love this approach. You look at the history of this team, we are at our best when we can run the football down the throat of the opponent. Think about the glory days. It always started with a punishing ground attack. You give me a dominant back and I will show you a playoff team. It doesn't matter if it's Shaw or anyone else at quarterback. If you have a beast in the backfield, you control the clock, you control the tempo, and you break the will of the defense. This is the aggression we have been asking for. Stop trying to be cute and start being physical. We need to make teams fear coming into our house again. The NFC South is a division that is won in the trenches and on the ground. If the Saints pull the trigger on a top-tier running back, it signals that they are done being soft. They are building a bully. They are constructing a machine designed to grind opponents into dust. This connects back to everything we started with: leadership, tough decisions, and a commitment to winning now. The blueprint is right there in front of us. It is undeniable.
This is a defining offseason for the New Orleans Saints. We have the potential addition of a Super Bowl veteran, the exit of a young quarterback, the trade leverage of a former starter, and the arrival of a new offensive star. The front office is aggressive, and the stakes have never been higher. I want to hear from you right now in the comments. Do you trade Spencer Rattler to clear the way for Tyler Shuff? And are you okay with drafting a running back in the first round? These are the decisions that shape franchises for a decade. Let your voice be heard because this is your team. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel as we march towards 1,000 subscribers. We are in this together, Saints Nation.